Hey, what is up, guys? Tonight, I thought we would play a little bit of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm trying to adjust my audio levels here so that the music doesn't drown my voice out. But I know for me it's a little bit on the louder side. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Ha! Please don't give stuff away in this game. I will try not to. I mean, the only thing I'm really going to give away is my money. Is the voice and the music okay? Is it kind of like leveled out? I know my voice is probably a little bit louder than the music, so I don't want to drown out the game, but I don't want to drown out my voice either. All right, well, let's play a game. We've already completed, but we can always play. Sweet. So you can zoom out of your park. This is what we have. Cool. Perfect. This is the space we have. Let me just go ahead and pause real quick. Over here. Not over here. Where is it at? Is it this button? It's this button. We can expand. We can buy land to extend park, and we can buy construction rights to allow construction above or below the land outside the park. So if we were building, say, like a hanging roller coaster, we could buy rights. Yes. Unfortunately, there are no chickens to feed in this game. So we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. But thankfully, I was able to play this because this is a Windows game. So I can switch between my monitors, move my screens around where I need them to be. But yeah, the park is closed right now. We can show park entrance price and information. Right now, the admission price is free. We have no total admissions and no income from admissions. So usually what I do is I think I always, um, I think what I try to do is I'll like put in a ride or something and then I'll charge like $5, like just like a basic, charge. But first thing I like to do is this one, adjust land height and slope, because it's a very minimal sidebar here. You just right click to get rid of the trees. Oh, construction cannot, not allowed while game is paused. All right. Because the trees get in the way of the construction, and I always put my, whatever do you call that? I always put the one ride right up against the fencing here. The other thing you've got to do, oops, I forgot. I always turn to no funding and then I turn these off, because even with these checked and no funding, it'll still research. Typically, I don't like doing the research just because the rides that they give you is pretty much enough to get by. I mean, I just make my own, my own rides up. So here's where we will choose our new rides and attractions. There's a monorail ride, and you see here the different types of. I guess this is like relaxing. This is pretty much like a lazy type ride, I guess. And then you have different thing. You have roller coasters, thrill rides. This is general rides, and then this would be transport rides, water rides, and shops and stalls. So I always go for the wooden coaster here. And there's two different designs that are already built, but we can build our own. There's Mischief. That's what Mischief would look like. Or we can build Wood Chip. And that's what Wood Chip looks like. And I always do Wood Chip. I've always done Wood Chip in this level. I think it's a good ride, honestly. So if you notice here, the yellow arrow is facing up. We want to turn that so that the yellow arrow is facing towards the entrance down here, but the yellow arrow is going to be on the same side as the path. So we'll hit the rotate button. We'll hit it again. So you see the yellow arrow. So we just want the yellow arrow on the other side of where it's at. So we'll rotate this 2 more times. And there's our ride. So the yellow arrow designates where the ride entrance will be. Or it designates where this section of track will be, where that's where you want your entrance. So I usually put my entrance about here. And then I usually put my exit like up here. And I always charge $3 for this ride. To begin with, you will have to readjust your prices as the game goes on. Let's go ahead and let's just put a $5 charge on this, and then we'll open the park because I do see some people are trying to get in. This is the button to place our paths, so I just keep the paths the same. So I'll connect this to the exit, and then what we'll do is we'll build a queue line for wood chip, just like so. And then we'll build the path to come up this way. Okay, no guests so far have come into my park. Let's go ahead and place down. We want benches and trash cans. So benches is for when they get off the ride. If some people are not feeling good, you can place down these benches and they'll sit if they're like sick. So instead of throwing up all over the path, they'll kind of sit there and they'll just sit it off more, more or less basically. Let's put in some more pathing. And then some trash cans. And we're going to build. So we have a burger bar, we have a drinks stall, we have a popcorn stall, and we have a bathroom. The thing I don't like about the bathroom is it costs money to operate it. So you have to charge money to make something back. And I usually charge like 20 cents to use the bathroom. People pay it, they use it. It's funny. But it's like, why would you charge money to use, like, why would you have that run on a, and I'm thinking the way that they must have coded the game. They just coded it as, oh, every building has to have a, like an umbrella type of, this is the operating structure for this building, or, every building needs to have, like an operating thing on it. So basically, I think that's why they did that. But we're going to put in the drink stall. So we'll build that. And let's see. I'm actually going to put it here. Open that. Your entrance fee is too high. Okay. So we'll open this up. Entrance fee is too high. All right, let's just do $1. That guy just paid $5 to get in. That's why nobody's coming in. Then in the meantime, we can be building other rides. We also want to put in some staff. So we need some handymen. Handyman or handymen, they help keep your paths clean. They keep your grass mowed. They keep your gardens watered. I typically don't do the grass mowing or the garden watering unless I'm pretty far into that one game. Food cost, I mean, I think at the end of the day, all that stuff is pretty negligible, because you really make a lot of the money back on like the roller coasters and stuff like that. But let's put in some handymen. And you see here, it gives us 4 icons. It gives us a picture of a broom, picture of a mower, picture of a waterer, and picture of a trash can. So they will, you can actually select it here. Sweep the footpaths, which is what we want. We want to turn off water gardens and mow grass. So they will only sweep and empty litter bins. That's all he'll do. I always set a foot path for him to walk on. So I usually do about three squares or so. But since it's overlapping into this, I'm just going to choose. So he'll have coverage in this blue area, basically. Might as well do right here, too. And then we'll just drop him in right here. And he'll just continue to walk around. Any messes or anything on the ground he sees, he will sweep them up. Here comes a bunch of people now. And you can keep tabs on him, see what he's up to. His wage is $35 a month. The drink stall, we can just look at the breakdown. So there's already usually a preset price on the stalls when you put them in initially. So the drink costs $1.20. There's a running cost. That's what it is. So the running cost is $49.60 an hour. Because we don't have a profit or no income, our profit is negative $49 an hour. But just after putting down the roller coaster and the drink stall, we have $1,149.80 and 9 guests. So I've never adjusted this price, but according to what we can make profit per item, it's 90 cents for each drink that's sold. I do also have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which I haven't played in a while, which actually allows you to get first person in the ride. So if you want to make like whatever ride you make, like the craziest ride, get in it and just ride it like first person. It's really awesome. I haven't played that game in forever. And you can kind of zoom in a little bit further and see like what's going on. Some people tend to get lost. So I might just actually connect this. People will start complaining that it's like super crowded and nobody's getting on my ride. If you go up here, it'll show what people are thinking. Oh, it looks too intense. Looks too intense. They all think it looks too intense. That's why they're not riding it. I thought it was like a money issue. And then you can come here and you can see thoughts. It's like a summarized. Roller coaster one looks too intense for me. Yeah, the crowds are coming now. And then I'm not thirsty. So like 7 people are saying, I'm not thirsty. Now it's down to 4. But once they get off of that ride, people who might get sick, they'll stop to get a drink and then they'll sit down on the bench. Sometimes you have people who their happiness levels are like way up. Like, not that guy. Maybe those guys are just new getting on. Nope. Trying to see, because usually what happens is these people okay, here. So for example, he gets off the ride. He's already ahead. He's already again heading for roller coaster 1. And if you look at his stats, his happiness is just about full. His energy is almost just about full. He has an intensity of more than 4. And if we come over here to the ride, we can see its stats. Here it is. More than 4 intensity tolerance. So his tolerance, or his intensity, more than 4. Intensity is 7.51. And I did finally figure out the reason the intensity rating is high is the speed around the curves. The higher the speed is around the curves, higher your intensity rating is going to be. And it's also going to raise the nausea rating. So you want a balance of, like for example, when this hill comes down and comes back up, whenever I do my designs, I try to design it so that there's a hill before a curve, so that way it slows down the cart just enough to where it doesn't skyrocket the intensity. Because I think one time I built, like my first time building a coaster, and my intensity was like 14. So we'll just let this play. But what I was trying to get at is, if a guest is happy and has a drink in their hand, they'll go really super slow in the line. So I'll pick them up out of the line, because other people want to, then the line will move like really fast. So, but we could follow him around. See, this guy is not too happy right now, so he's kind of doing his own thing. He doesn't care about no one else but himself. So yeah. So there's wood chip for you. I typically don't mess with the gentle rides. On occasion I will, or some of the maps you start and it already has like a couple rides in it, and there's a map that has like the merry-go-round already put down and stuff like that, but I usually just leave it alone. Let's see, he's happy now because he just got off of that. And then it shows their money. He spent $1 to enter the park, $6 spent on rides, and he's got $63 left. Guests are commenting that your park entrance fee is very cheap. Perhaps you should increase the entrance fee to make more money. Well, thank you. I certainly will. So we'll make this like $7. We don't have any awards yet. But then we can come down here and zoom in. If you see people stop here at the entrance and actually not go in, it means that your price is too high. Boy, this guy's super happy now. And looks like it's raining. Nice. Now, if we would have did the research, I don't know if it's in the first one. Shops and stalls. Maximum funding, so it's $400 a month. You can research the welcomes to like the visitor center, and they hand out maps and umbrellas. I usually do that in the later games, not in the early game. So like I probably wouldn't even do anything here with that, but see how everybody's moving slow. This guy feels sick. We're going to pick him out of there. Look at how fast that line moved. And I'm going to put him over here. Maybe he can sit down on a bench. Or not. Nobody's bought any drinks. Each stall is open. And then you'll see different guests will be like, oh, there should be a bathroom. Oh, there should be this. There should be that. Da, 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 da. And then you can come up here to your park, to your money. I thought there was a way you could increase the loan. Down here it always shows the weather. We're in the 14th month of May, year 1. 7 degrees Fahrenheit. And cloudy. Now over here, we need to have at least 250 guests in our park at the end of October, first year with a park rating of at least 600. Fun. We have no recent awards. So, if you mouse over, it tells you there's 13, 14. It actually tells you how many people are on the ride. If you mouse over the queue entrance, it tells you how many people are in the queue line. So this is a good metric to use to see if 1 minute you have 115 people in your line waiting, and the next minute you take a look and there's only 16 people. Oh, it's probably because your price is still high. So what happens is, if the price is still high and time moves forward, people want this stuff for cheaper. And I guess we can throw in another ride to kind of draw in more people. So we do have scrambled eggs. It's basically the scrambler. And then the swinging ship. But I don't really like using these. I usually just go for roller coasters. Here we can put in a crazy caterpillar. That's what that's going to look like. So then we just need to, I want to orientate it so that the yellow arrow is on this side of the path. Like this. Oh, this tree's in the way. All right, so 3,000. All right, so we're outside of the park. I suppose. We can't construct it. It requires $3,000. I thought there was a way we could raise our money. I honestly thought that. Your park has received an award for being the safest park in the country. All right. We haven't hired a maintenance mechanic. We're probably going to want to do that if the rides, start breaking down, which does happen. Oh, there it is. New ride attraction now available. Information kiosk. This is what I was talking about. It's not the visitor center. It's an information kiosk. So when we go in here to rides, we go over to the food. There it is there. Information kiosk sells park maps and umbrellas. And what we'll do is we'll just put it right here. Once we unpause, turn that on. And so they charge 60 cents for a map and $2.50 for an umbrella. And with each item we make 50 cents profit. So now, if people have hit the visitor center up, they can buy maps and umbrellas. So when it rains, you see all the umbrellas open. But I honestly, I thought there was a way we could increase the money. I guess I'm wrong because I don't see it on here. Oh, here it is. Loan. So we'll increase our loan to $30,000. Can't borrow any more money. The bank refuses to increase your loan. And then that allows us to place down more stuff. All right, so we're going to build Crazy Caterpillar. And again, we're going to rotate it so that that yellow arrow is on this side of the path. And you see down at the bottom left where it says cost, 3017. If your squares are hitting a tree or outside the map, that number will go away. Now the entrance. Then we can rotate the map here to see different angles as well. I'm going to put the entrance over here. And I'm going to put the exit down here. And we're going to charge $2 for this ride. So the queue line will be over here. And then the exit will be right there. And we'll just go ahead and open this. And then we'll get back to our normal view. We can also do, so this is really what helps us. Because we put a new ride in, we actually have 2 rides for this one park. So we can go up here to the coins, which is finances. Over here on the right is marketing campaigns. What I always do is I'll do advertising campaign for the park. But I'll make that last for 6 weeks. That's going to cost us $2,100. And obviously 6 weeks will go by. But our goal in this game is to have 250 guests in our park at the end of October, year 1. And we're almost at the end of year 1. We're in June right now. July, August, September, October. So that's only 4 more months. We have to make this thing happen. And we need a park rating of 600. Our park rating right now is 800. And there's our park rating. The Gueston Park is 164. And there's our safest park award. So yeah, so we've got 8 people in the ride, 48 people in line. There's been times where I've had it where this entire queue line was completely full with people. And you're sick, get out of there. See this guy here. This guy's sick, but he's sitting down. It's because his nausea is up high. And as his level goes down, his status effect will change on the animation. He's been in the park for 19 minutes. He's got $75. He spent $15 already. $1 paid to enter park and $14 spent on rides. $32 people on ride and 25 in line. This one has 48 people in ride and 39 in line. And then what I can also do is, I can also do an advertising campaign for each ride. There, see his status effects have gone down. Guests are commenting that your park entrance fee is very cheap. Perhaps you could increase the entrance fee to make more money. New ride attractions are now available, a fries stall. So now we can put in French fries if we want. There's a fries stall, there's a burger stall, a drink stall, so on and so forth. And see, people will get food and drink, and then they'll sit down and they'll enjoy their food and their drink. This guy here threw up. So we can either pick up our handyman, or there he is there. He comes over, see? And he just swept that right up. That does affect your park rating. If there's a lot of trash and other stuff on the ground, and it's not being cleaned up by a handyman, that will negatively affect your park rating. Let's go ahead and raise the price of admission to $12. I'll just raise it by $5. Looks like people are still entering. This guy has $70. He spent $12 to enter, so he's now got $58 left. Let's see. I guess I could always put in another ride if I wanted. So I'll drag out the pathing first. Oops. And I guess because we're researching, actually, what we're researching, we're not researching the right. So we're researching the stalls. I've already got the information kiosk. Now we could do like roller coasters, and it would research the roller coasters for $100 a month maximum funding. So we could look at putting in another metal ride, like another wooden roller coaster, or another steel roller coaster. This one we have a spiral slide. It's a wooden structure with an internal staircase and an external spiral slide for use with slide mats. This one is the car ride. The track is made from wooden planking with a central guide rail. Cars are powered and follow the guide rail along the track. So this is something that we would have to design ourselves. Well, I think there might be designs there. Then we have the merry-go-round and the haunted house. So we have 276 guests right now. Park rating is actually going up pretty well. Park rating is 804. We need 250 guests with a park rating of 600. So I'd say we're doing pretty good. Yes. And then, see here, it's starting to back up now at the queue line. See, and then people fill up in there, and you can change the settings like the lift hill speed. You can change how many people or how many cars per train, how many trains per track or something. Here we go. New ride attraction now available, balloon stall. So, all right. Have a great night, sir. Thanks for joining in. It's been a pleasure as always. Now we have a balloon ride we could build. Here we go, balloon stall. The only reason why they built this is because there was still money pumped into the attraction or into the shops and stall section. And it looks like, see now over here, we didn't put a handyman, so that's never going to get cleaned. But that will negatively affect, so we'll hire a new handyman and we'll place his footsteps down. And here it shows in shadow the existing, so we'll just place these over this way like this. And then he'll be able to clean all that up. You're Your advertising campaign for the park has finished. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look here. So we got that handyman figured out. Look, our paths are, well, they were clean. And he's coming back up the line. So people should be buying stuff from here. Yeah, so we're making an income of $372 per hour. Profit, total profit. It shows you here whenever they buy stuff. So let's see. I could probably use another handyman just for this area. So we'll hire a new handyman, and it doesn't matter if you hire people and then cross over zones and stuff like that. That doesn't really affect anything. Roller coaster 1 is broken down. All right, here's where we're going to hire the mechanic, and we'll put the mechanic here. And we'll just drop him down. Hopefully he answers the radio call. Handyman 3, he is mowing the grass. We don't want him to do that. His footpathing is fine. We just don't want you to do any of that stuff. So here we go. Our queue line is getting filled up because we need to there we go. Steel roller coaster. Now we can actually build that. He's answering the radio call, so we never put his footpath to the exit because they think they can only enter through the exit. Or sometimes they'll go into the entrance, but... I usually try to hire one mechanic for each ride. But yeah, like right now, this ride has 111 people in queue line and 32 people on the ride. This one is 44 people in line and 60 people on ride. So, the steel coaster. The reason why I do the steel coaster is, I'll show you. I do a little loop thing. They do this shuttle loop ride where it comes up around a loop and comes back up. I kind of do a little bit of a different style with that. I build my own. We want the ride to go that way and that start off in that direction, so I'm just going to put it here. Do that. Do that. Nope. Don't do that. Do regular track. Get rid of these trees here. We'll do up. And then we'll do a special. We'll do a vertical loop left. And we'll do a straight piece. And then we'll do a vertical. Well, we got to do another up. And then we'll do a vertical loop right. And then we'll just go up as high as we can. Okay, there. And then we'll go into our settings. We want, with the gear, we don't want a continuous circuit mode. We want powered launch mode. And then we can set the speed that it's going to launch at. Launch speed. We can have it as high as 60 miles per hour. We're going to do it at 40 miles per hour. And then we will, awaiting test results, so we'll actually test this ride out. And I'll make it $2. Oh, and then we need to build the entrance. Entrance here. Here's the exit. Test. Okay. And we'll just put a test result. So we have a high excitement, high intensity, and low nausea. So we'll stop this, charge $2, and then we'll just build a bit of a queue line for this ride. And open. So we've got people heading into the ride for Roller Coaster 3. That's the launched version here. And people, you know, they love that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, like here, this guy's moving real slow. He's happy, but he's got a drink. Because if you go here, well, sometimes it'll show what they're carrying. I feel sick. I'm hungry. Well, that's not a good combination, sir. And then we have a suspended roller coaster. So here's where I'm going to turn this off. No funding, and we'll unclick. And then while we have money, we're going to do another advertising campaign for the park for 6 weeks. And we'll advertise. We're going to advertise for a particular ride. So we're going to make that Roller Coaster 3. And we'll leave that up for 6 weeks. Guests are commenting that your park entrance fee is very cheap. Perhaps you could increase the entrance fee to make more money. So we'll just add another $5 to the fee for whatever we charge. And we're pretty much going to beat this level. Yep. And that's pretty much it for, your park. Whoops. So we haven't gotten past October yet. 16th, 17th of October, year one. So we got to wait for that to hit the end of October, and then we'll be good to basically say, yes, we beat it. You know, we beat the day, or whatever the case is. So, zoom back in. That's kind of what we got going on right now. "32 people on ride. There's 73 in line." So we just kind of hang out and wait, really. Whoops. There we go. So we beat the goal. Guests are commenting, guests are complaining, actually, rather. And then you can click down there and get all of the messages. Guests are complaining about the disgusting state of the paths in your park. Check where your handymen are and consider hiring an extra handyman. So then you would just come down and see, well, what path is... It's going to be this first path right here where nobody is, so... That's just kind of showcasing that off. Yeah, and then that unlocks the next level and the next level and so on and so forth. And you can go through and you can load, save, all that jazz. But we're going to actually quit here. Yeah, so we're going to just make this a little short one today, actually. Need to finish eating my dinner. But yeah, that is Roller Coaster Tycoon. And tomorrow I think we're going to bring back up our, what is it, I think part 10 of Supermarket Simulator. I'll probably try and grab that in the morning, guys. So that might be first time ever. It might end up being I'm going to try and see if we can do a 3+ hour stream. And I'm going to try and shoot for about 10 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are watching me, checking me out, stick around Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twigs Games Supermarket Simulator. Hope you all have a great night. Thanks for watching. If you like the content here, feel free to click that like and subscribe button. Have a good night. Bye bye.